What's going on, guys? Another shelf video coming at you. And this one, we're going to do actually a modern shelf, like an S Superman kind of shelf. You see them in higher end homes. Not so much the garage shelves we've been doing before. Very similar process though. We add a plane. We want this plane, so we're just going to make it look good. The scale doesn't necessarily matter, so we're going to eyeball it, S to scale. And we just need to do this once, and we can just make copies, right? So we're going to select the edge, the rightmost edge. We're going to extrude it probably about 4.5 looks good to me. Yeah, we'll do 4.5. So we add a solidify modifier going outwards, even thickness, and we're just gonna eyeball this because we're gonna scale this in our scene. We don't have to necessarily scale it here. We're gonna apply. We're gonna go ahead and add a bevel, 0.01 on the amounts, and then 4 for the segments. And then from there, we can just kind of tease it up just ever so slightly, like 0.3, and now you can see it looks much nicer. Right click, shade smooth, and you notice something doesn't look quite right here. It's not uniform, and if you want to fix that, you just hit Control A, and you're going to go ahead and apply the scale. So when we went ahead and we edited this and we just kind of dragged it all willy-nilly, it didn't actually take into account the size. It doesn't say what size it is until you apply that scale. But anyway, what we do now, we're going to create a copy by duplicating this, Shift D. We're going to raise it up, rotate it by hitting R. And we're just going to type 180 degrees. We're just going to manually line this up as well. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the real-time preview of the bevel. And we're just going to put this ever so slightly gapped because furniture from IKEA would have a gap. Now when we apply this, well, we can bring it down a little bit. That bevel is going to show that gap for us. So now it just depends how many tiers you want this to have. We can go ahead and just copy both of those segments together and we're good to go. It's actually so simple. This is probably my favorite shelf that we've done of the 3. Now, one thing I'm noticing is the topmost portion here, it shouldn't have one going up. It should just be flat. So we're going to fix that real quick by selecting the topmost one. We're going to remove the bevel and we're just going to select this, delete vertices, and now we're going to click 2 on the keyboard while holding Alt. We'll click. Now click all these edges. We hit F to fill. We're going to grab the topmost edge and we're just going to line it up. And this is where the edge snapping tool works really nice because we want to just have it snap with this. Now we can add that bevel again. It's perfect. One thing I did not do, and looking at it now, I think we should fix this really quickly, is it's a floating shelf, but it has no supports. So let's just add a little thin cube support. So we're just going to scale this down ever so slightly. And we're just going to give it some height just to match. We don't want it sticking through, obviously. We want it to, but it doesn't matter if it clips. And we're gonna just try and line it up with these grids here. So we're just gonna eyeball it, line it up in that grid, create a copy, Shift D, and we'll do one more. But instead of leaving it here, of course, we want it to be kind of over here. Now I'm gonna grab all of these and I'm gonna hit Control J, right click, set the origin to the geometry, and I'm gonna make it a little bit wider. Because this is a support, we want it to support things. And I think we want it to be kind of equal. So you notice how it's closer to the edge here compared to over here. We're just going to shift it to the right, just so it looks more balanced. I'm going to quickly show you guys how I would texture this without adding anything crazy. We're just going to use colors. I'm going to go into the edit mode, edit preview, the rendered preview, sorry. And we're going to make this black. We have a bunch of materials we've done previous videos, but we'll just make it consistent here. We'll just type it as black so we know. That looks pretty good. And what I want to do here is I want this to be like a chrome metal. So we're going to add a new one. We're just going to write out chrome. And all I'm going to do for this is I'm going to remove any roughness. I'm going to max the metallic. And I'm going to bring in the roughness until I'm happy with it. So what I want to do is I want to make this bright white. And then we're going to add a little bit of roughness, just like that. And honestly, this could look good in a darker metal as well. So if we bring that down a little bit, you can still see it's metal, but it's actually gone ahead and it's made it a little less in your face. One more thing we want to do is we want to apply the scale and we want to add a bevel to this as well. Sorry for your eyes. I usually don't do this in the rendered preview, but I kind of wanted to see it in real time. We're going to add the segments to 4. Shade smooth again, and now we're going to take a look at it one more time in rendered, and this is kind of gorgeous. I love this. Things like this are really nice to have in your portfolio just so you can build out a scene for whatever you may want to do with said scene. I do a lot of like interior rooms, so I'm going to save this for my own personal use as well. But yeah, hopefully this helped you. If you got any questions, feel free to ask in the comments and I'll get back to you. I'll try and help you out as best I can. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Leave your comments below, let me know what you think. Peace.